Hello and welcome back to the channel. Okay, Xbox are going all in, it appears, so they're really not going to be holding back this generation.
Can't you see that it's hopeless?
That man won't quit as long as he can still draw a breath. None of my teammates will. Me? I've got a different problem. I feel like I live in a world made of cardboard, always taking constant care not to break something, to break someone. Never allowing myself to lose control, even for a moment, or someone could die. But you can take it, can't you, big man? What we have here is a rare opportunity for me to cut loose and show you just how powerful I really am.
So, just before E3 is about to kick off, Xbox have come out and said, made quite a few little statements, well, actually quite big statements, and how they're going forward with gaming and the future of Xbox. And it's pretty massive, to be honest. So let's look at this statement they've made. Xbox is working with global TV manufacturers to embed the Xbox experience directly into internet-connected televisions, with no extra hardware required except a controller. Yes, so looking to put Xbox basically into all smart TVs, where you can just basically play your Xbox from your smart TV, which is incredible. Can you just imagine that now? It's, you know, people are going to say, oh, you don't need any reason for the console. You've got to understand Xbox have expanded beyond that, expanded beyond the piece of plastic, which is actually limited in this day and age. We're living in 2021 now. You've got to think outside the box, literally. We're also developing standalone streaming devices that you can plug into a TV or monitor. So if you have a strong internet connection, you can stream your Xbox experience. So they're obviously looking to make Xbox a massive thing. They wanted to get it out to all gamers, as many games as possible, which is not negative at all. People still counting consoles and counting plastic is ridiculous. It's stupid. You've got to look bigger than this. You've got to look at the revenue and the income and the profit that Xbox will make for this, and how they will expand as a company and bring more and bigger and greater games and technology. Phil Spencer continues with, so right now we're the only platform shipping games on console, PC and cloud simultaneously, says Spencer. Others bring console games to PC years later, not only making people buy their hardware up front, but then charging them a second time to play on PC. Ouch, that is a massive swipe at Sony, as we all know.
The truth.
Furthermore, they continue. With more than 23 studios worldwide creating games for Xbox, our goal is to release at least one new first-party game into Game Pass every quarter. Role-playing games, shooters, strategy titles, adventure games and more are all being built by our first-party teams to ensure that there is a steady stream of compelling exclusives content to explore. Also note he said exclusive as well. Exclusive content. They're looking to just really go all out. This is really exciting news. I'm not sure why anyone would look at this in a negative light. I know there's some YouTubers now coming out with all their negative nonsense like MGB and things, and all the fanboys are jumping on board that, hating on Xbox because they see this as negative and see them not selling as many consoles as PlayStation. Which, you know, at this stage you're thinking, what? Because especially in of light with what's going on with scalpers and apparently the coronavirus stopping production of consoles, there's not many consoles even being sold. So are you still counting console sales in this climate and as the world is now? It's absolutely ridiculous. And really, console sales, your software is best on as many platforms as possible. That's how you make more money. They're not even putting their games on every platform. They're restricting their games to 2 platforms, PC, Xbox. And then that's the 2 gaming platforms. Then they're going to branch out into other things like TVs and things, so you can play these games elsewhere. It's really mind-boggling. And I've not seen any media come back on this yet. I'd like to see what the media has to say about this. Let's move on further. At Xbox, our mission is simple. bring the joy and community of gaming to everyone on the planet. To achieve that, we aspire to empower everyone to play the games you want with the people you want anywhere you want. See, and then he carries on to go into some more detail on that. But it's clear they just want you to play games. They don't want this console war nonsense. They don't want to compete with like how many cells your piece of plastic in your house has with another piece of plastic in your house. Nothing else. No one else does that in any other genre. You don't, like when your mate buys a pair of Nike, you don't say, "Oh, how many pairs of Nike have been bought?" You know, compared to Adidas, for example. You don't compare sales any other thing. This is purely fanboy made, and it's completely stupid and ignorant, and if anything it will be just the downfall of Sony. Hopefully they won't listen to their gamers, because their gamers are just mindless drones, and what's shocking is that a lot of these mindless drones are getting upset that Sony want to actually make more money or expand sort of their software onto more platforms, and their fanboys are getting upset. It's like, no, we should not have to share our games. Only we should play them. We don't want anyone else playing our games. Me. It's really childish and really pathetic to listen to. Wow, sorry about that. I sort of almost turned into the Amazing Lucas for a moment there. Went all weird. So, talking of the Amazing Lucas, sees the recent videos. He's now turning against Sony because he's just realised that they don't offer refunds. He's been an avid Sony fan for forever and makes hate videos towards Xbox. Now he's suddenly sort of saying he's going to switch to Xbox because he's just realised that Sony don't offer him refunds, and he had a massive issue with the Returnal game. Sounds like he's really sort of setting himself up to sort of switch sides at the moment, because I think he's now in the understanding that Sony are a bit on a decline, so I think he's setting himself up to switch over, which we'll probably see a lot of, like we did last year, a lot of YouTubers switching sides because they just go for the likes and the clicks and the votes. They don't really care about the gaming or the community or anything like that. They're just in it for the clicks. So let's get on to this. I've just got to move this thing out of the way. A rundown of just achievements from Game Pass at the moment. For example, Xbox Game Pass members play 30% more genres and play 40% more games, and more than 90% of members said they played the game that they would not have tried without Game Pass. That is true. Not realising that Outriders in Game Pass, Outriders in Game Pass, and was also #1 selling digital game on Xbox during its launch and week at top 10. MLB The Show was also the #1 selling paid game on the Xbox for the month of April. Because a lot of people think that because things are on Game Pass as a rental service, no one's buying the games. This pretty much debunks all of that, what's been said. We've known for ages, people are still buying games. People seem to have it in their head that because it's a service, rental service, or sort of a sub-service, you can't buy games. They stopped selling these games, you can only rent them. Because they're idiots, basically. Just that's the blunt of it. New ways to buy all access via telecommunications providers, new subscription offerings for Xbox Game Pass, cloud gaming. Yes, they just go into other things and sort of achievements that have come along with Game Pass. Because Game Pass, at the end of the day, is a fantastic deal. Anyone that's not bought into it at the moment, you're kidding yourselves. You're stupid. You can buy games, as I said, still, so don't worry that it's a rental service. This just lets you play the games that, one, you wouldn't normally play. So it lets you sort of try the games out before you play them. And three, the games that are in Game Pass, you also get a discount when you do buy them. So you can try a game out. If you like it, buy it, discount. If you don't like it, don't buy it. You save yourself 60 quid. Or on PlayStation, you'd save yourself 70 quid. Like a lot of people, I imagine, would have done instead of buying Returnal. I bet a lot of them wish they had saved that 70 quid for a AA title instead of a AAA that sort of broke down. It's funny because the name Returnal is quite fitting because a lot of people couldn't complete it because it kept crashing and had no saves. But I'll round that up here because I just want to finally give my impressions of E3, or my predictions. So let's jump into my predictions for E3. So I'll keep this short and sweet. Predictions for E3. The show's out tomorrow. I'll skip past it because we will get the inevitable indies and sort of third-party games. So I'll kind of skip them. Third-party wise, we probably will see some more stuff from stuff like maybe Crossfire X and Stalker 2. I'd like to see more for Stalker 2, but mainly focus on the first party. I don't think we'll see anything from Perfect Dark as of yet. I think we will see some gameplay from Hellblade 2. Probably not very popular. I think a lot of people think we won't, but I think we will possibly see something from Hellblade 2. We will see some gameplay from that. We'll see some gameplay for Forza Motorsport. Possibly now a showing of Forza Horizon, if it really is in the works. So we most likely will see that. Gameplay, I think we'll see some gameplay of Everwild. Because like Hellblade 2, I think that's due to drop in the next year or two. So we might see some gameplay from Everwild. And find more about that, what's going on there. Possibly some Sea of Thieves stuff, because they're continuously expanding Sea of Thieves, and Rare as well, doing a massive job on that, and they're working on Everwild at the same time. We've got, what else we got in the pipeline? State of Decay 3. I'm really looking forward to that. The little trailer they had, the cinematic they had looked fantastic. It looks much different from previous they'd never really opened with a cinematic before, whereas this time they did. So I'm hoping, and it showed some animals now as zombies. So I would like to see some gameplay of that. I'm not sure how far ahead or behind they are on that, but gameplay of that I'm kind of predicting as well. I reckon there's going to be some surprises though. Indiana Jones, I think they might show that. We might see at least not gameplay, but we will see sort of a cutscene thing from that, or a cinematic from Indiana Jones, especially as now the Indiana Jones 5 is in the works. Not sure why. Poor old Harrison Ford. I'm not sure. There's a while back that there's going to get Chris Pratt to play Indiana Jones, which would have been good, but I'm not sure if it's just past that time now, unless he still is and he's going to be an older version of Indiana Jones. I don't know. Not an older version, not older than... Anyway, I'm just waffling on here. What else we got? Predictions. We've got... I can't think of all the games now. They do have actually a lot of first-party games in the pipeline. Still free. We got... Avowed. Will we see anything from Avowed? I'm totally unsure. We won't see anything from Fable. I don't think they even touched Fable. I don't think we'll even get any more cinematics. I think they'll keep that pretty close to their chest for a while. Avowed, we possibly might see something from Avowed. Nothing from Elder Scrolls 6, which people are saying, oh, the Elder Scrolls, they won't see that. There is some new games that are in develop on the slide by some of the studios, like Compulsion Games and that. We might now see some stuff from them, or in Exile. I know they're working on something else. We might see some gameplay from Scorn. That's a third-party title. But that's kind of my predictions. I think there's going to be a lot of second and third party stuff, and they're going to do the usual indies because they're always supporting indies. Because why not? Why wouldn't you support indie developers? Everyone's got to start somewhere. It's ridiculous that there's a certain bunch of fans that are apparently call themselves gamers don't support stuff like that. Hopefully we see some more indies. It's always good to see those little games, and some of them turn out to quite fun. Especially when they go into Game Pass. I always play them when they're in Game Pass. So yeah, I think that's sort of my predictions. I'm going to leave it there. Be hyped. I'm kind of hyped. I'm quite excited because it's E3 at the end of the day. Regardless of how it's going to be, I'm never really usually let down by it. But I think it's great to have E3. It is the biggest gaming show on the planet. It's much better than having some sort of digital show which just really doesn't build any excitement or buzz at all. All the buzz around E3, no one ever gets buzzed around, I don't know, State of Play, or what's that Xbox One they have. There's never any buzz around that or any ever interest. Sometimes they've been on, so your mate tells you, oh, that was on, you're like, oh, okay, right, I'll check it out on YouTube at some point when I can be bothered, basically. But E3, everyone likes to tune in and watch it live and watch the announcements. It's a fantastic show. I hope they keep with it, even if Sony's bottled out of it. Hope the rest of them do, because everyone seems to be all in now on it, apart from Sony. But let me know your predictions below. Let me know your comments below. I'd love to hear from you all. What do you think about the future of Xbox? Did you previously have Xbox owner, or are you looking to switch over to Xbox now and sell your PS4? Just switch out or keep them both? Let me know your thoughts below. Let me know your predictions before the event tomorrow. Love to hear from you all. Thank you all for watching. Please sub and share. And goodbye for now.